taken down very early on. They're just holding it true, especially in the hands of Lapar as well as Michuki. Suxy still needs a helping hand, though. But it's definitely hard to approach the side of DX, as this is a three-way warfare with DRX fighting in between as well from the outskirts.
Them as well as HORAA just capitalized on that information, and now we can see that FaZe Clan is already out of the way. They were taken out of the equation, and we can see the exchange happening right now between Talon and HORAA Esports. Redface just got knocked down, but fortunately, though, he has a teammate right beside him, so that pickup. You know, there's really no hard push happening just yet. It's vanilla. Oh, okay, we got our first blood. Yante already goes down, so that's the opening knock that we have been waiting for. So I'm pretty sure that TIANBA now will get into position. Oh, now they already have the number advantage because DRS down to just 2 active members.
That's pretty insane. He just sprayed through the smoke and he finds another one, QZZ. This is one of the reasons why he is on the list of one of the top dogs out there in terms of damage being done, and he's slowly chunking out members side of DRS as the smoke fades away. DRS now down to only 3, and they could not really cross the street to actually go for that revive for Giante to be participating as well. So only 2 members here. TIANBA is definitely gonna look to close in.
Not a great way to start the game from the side of DRS Gaming. I mean, this is all information gaming. We are already at our 13th match. We've been playing since July 3, so after times already. I mean, both of teams already was able to get into a 5. And again, one of the things that you would want to avoid when playing Battle Royale is being too critical. Right? If your enemies are top, you can lead on what kind of strategy you're about to show them, or that could be dangerous. That could be very
Absolutely, and on top of that, we have a glimpse out of BTR as they do take out one of the MVPs out there, and this is where the full collapse comes in. Sleepy gets that knock and will look to eliminate Long. He has already infiltrated the compound, but it's not going to be a clear just yet. Holding through the staircase with that DBS. He's going to look to Lee shut them off. Gonna go in for a full revive, and he will take that peek. Drops another one in the back as well. Now down to Shan. Shan, what more can he do? It seems like Sleepy is putting up quite the fight. But he's looking for his own revives as well. Is there gonna be enough time for him to do so? Gonna go quickly with this one, as he definitely needs all the help he could get. But QZZ is already out here. Definitely thirsty for blood, but they're also going for the revives just to go for a quick reset. Nates are up, and Sleepy's dropping a big one. Oh my word, that Micro Uzi is gonna find it, and eventually DRS bites the dust.
Honestly speaking, that was a pretty ballsy move coming from DRS.
Meanwhile, Talon's also approaching from the north.
And you know what? TIANBA is one of the aggressive teams that we have so far in the Okay, so we're gonna go back to that in just one. Skillpit is actually lighting up. We've got PJC going up against BTR at the moment with Longs with a massive spray right there and actually getting the shotgun. And okay, so the fight right now, we can see that Lapar and Tatar are the only active members for BTR, but this is a tandem that you don't want to see or go through inside of Vatican, because these 2 guys right here can pretty much really defend themselves with any weapon at hand.
Yeah, it's BTR that we're talking about here. It is like them having a couple of members taken down very early on. They're just holding it true, especially in the hands of Lapar as well as Michuki. Suxy still needs a helping hand though, but it's definitely hard to approach the side of DX, as this is a 3-way warfare with DRX fighting in between as well from the outskirts. So it's just going to be a little bit tricky to navigate their way around. Omias tries to scout out into the TikTok smoke. Michuki might be able to hear something in return, but DXAVIER, they're just playing it very safely. They do get the revive over on the side of Nate T, and that's the only best case scenario that BTR has to work with at the moment. They will have to just let Zuxi be and play ES2.
The fact that TJP is actually dealing some business with BTR, I do believe that gave a little time for the side of DXAVIER to recuperate in that situation. I mean, as you saw just a while ago, one of them actually got knocked down with a nade, right? And now they're on full force, and they could probably go for a pinch right here. We can see that Shadow's throwing some nades up against the first of TJP. Has gotten some damage right there. I mean, he has you go, practically. And there you go, ladies and gents. I mean, at the end, it was Rick Cookie who actually stole that point from DXAVIER. Unfortunately, Lamborghini is on the ground, but I do believe they still have time to go for that pickup, so all is well from their side.
Oh, there goes Richuki already on the ground, and like I said, this is actually Satar. But with all these name changes, I always thought, hey, it's a new player, but I get bamboozled, so don't be. Now that you guys are well informed, but DXAVIER, they heard all the ruckus, they won, and they dropped that nade. For Miracle Vibes, having Doc to scout out around, and they're also going to respond as well, dropping a nade towards the side of Nate T as well as Paragen, so they know that they're not going to be the only ones that's circling around the side of BTR. That's going to be a beautiful knock onto the side of Paragen. Does For Miracle Vibes want it or not? Wow! A double on the second nade as well. Now DX is down to 2.
Oh man, I mean, Doc is doing a great third party here. I mean, he's just really getting lucky with the shot. Oh, unfortunately! Oh man, he's simply on the ground, and that's turning to a mess of FaZe tag. So I'm pretty sure that his teammate, of course, will go and rescue him. But this opened up a good shot, you know, for the side of BIGETRON Red Team, and DXAVIER now is in big trouble.
DXAVIER, they had the upper hand. How could they actually fumble in such a position? I thought that they'll be safe, but, you know, 4MV definitely delivered a hefty amount of surprise with that ambush coming in from the back as well, turn-putting their way, and now looking to infiltrate into the compound. BIGETRON Red Aliens are not going to allow a free pass as well. So Shadows, he's got to play it all safely all alone now. From 4 members only down to 1, and also that's thanks to not only For Miracle Vibes, but from far across the kills. I believe FaZe Clan was also chiming in, so that's definitely interesting to note. Speaking of which, FaZe Clan, they will also be battling K1 Esports by the top side of the kill.
So Apex goes down, and they're going up against TIANBA at the moment, but there's a lot of fights happening simultaneously. And here comes Snow here, coming from HORAA Esports, doing a rapid spray up against that vehicle right there, is already on the move, but here goes Lapar with a shot of an S12K.
Is like you said it, and FaZe Clan, they're looking to actually get those revivals done, but the nades are flying from the top side of HORAA Esports. This might just be a moment of shot right now, as you predicted. The FaZe Clan, they're not going to budge at all. They will be going for the revive as much as they can pinch. Kill update locked in, and I'm not sure if they can match the Obo. And on the other third is also Team PANDUM and party as well. Achil might be able to just steal some points away if they could, and yes they do. Achil finds one, but take the PHP left, he has to pull back. No fear, putting no stops to this one, and he's just gonna continue on. Nade after nade, not really finding it, but it's gonna be FaZe Clan slowly withering away, and HORAA stacks up 5 points in the process.
Oh my goodness, FaZe has just actually turned into Krabby Patties. I mean, they were sandwiched in between 2 amazing teams right there. And both PANDUM as well as HORAA Esports just capitalized on that information. And now we can see that FaZe Clan is already out of the way. They were taken out of the equation. And we can see the exchange happening right now between Talon and HORAA Esports. Redface just got knocked down. But fortunately, though, he has a teammate right beside him. So that pickup updated with everything that is going on. We can see TIANBA, again, just firing it up. You know, this is not even 4th of July, but everywhere we try to look at, it's all explosive. But what a counter coming from Ruthless, shutting down not just 1, but 2 players. TIANBA eliminated with 10 elimination points still. That is
unbelievable
performance, right?
That snap, like almost a 180 swing right there in just a split second, has gotten their hopes once again all the way up there. And TIANBA was just so happy to kick them off, but they were a little bit reckless in that process. Meanwhile, YOODO will be able to shut one down. Those nades are flying right in. Meanwhile, the fights continue on the top side of the hill to see who's going to be the king of the mountains. Nate now dropping in from the side of Yoru as the rest of HORAA Esports looking to get more and more done, but they don't exactly have the perfect angle to just find it against the rest of Talon Esports. Now we're down to our top 4. Talon Esports dropping a perfect one towards the side of Mr. Barrow, and this is where they will open up all the angles as they are slowly shredding them apart. Perfect work coming from the side of Axel as he will hook him out with the DBS.
That was what? Like
versus 3 members on the side of DRX. Nades are being exchanged. They do find QX, Zito. FAZE doing a heck of a lot of work right now. Now Hyunbin's trying to go in for the exchange. Still have those nades in hand. 5 as a matter of fact. But it's not going to be enough to actually get the right angles. Hyunbin knows that he's going to be very close by. Drops 1, still not finding the mark just yet. But the pressure is absolutely on. BTR on the other hand, dropping nades on the side of Yoru, hoping to find the lucky one in order to get some angles opened up for themselves. But BTR, immense pressure over on top side here.
I mean, Hyunbin has been throwing a lot of nades, right? But just look at the trigger discipline coming from Red Chase right there. I mean, total badass if you ask me. But of course, the fight continues on. Talon with a massive nade. Now we're down. But okay, so it's still DRX that holds the upper hand up against the Talon system. But this is a 3v3. We can see that Axel now is trying to just look for that angle that could best work for him. But everyone, I really did to descend a little considering the kind of circle that we have on this team.
Indeed. Whereas, just coming in with the off angle here, definitely could still pull in some surprises. Speaking of surprises here, Yoru does find one, and this is the best chance possible for side of Talon Esports. It's going to be a 2-on-2 fight over on the top end of the kill as Yoru drops in even the Molotov in exchange. Axel now being found out. Hyunbin has his attention being pulled towards the low ground. And that's where FAZE strikes. And it's only down to 1. DRX, they're being denied for getting another win as Talon Esports advances forward. Damage being done. But how much can Hyunbin handle all by himself? This is going to be a tough one to crack, but Hyunbin will take them down. Nonetheless, DBS line 2, and now down to 1 versus 1.
Talon Esports already knows that DRX are the kings, you know, for the grand finals, but you know what? They are ready to put a stop on that one, and Talon Esports actually on your screen, ladies and having a great exchange. And of course, winning the fight, Talon Esports coming in hot, gets the first chicken dinner for day number 2 of the grand final.
Great Queen, that was absolutely wild. Down to that 1 versus 1 to see who's the king of the hills, and it will be Talon Esports here from Indonesia.